Hello, 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 lovelies. Welcome back to Lanmou. I've missed you. I got so used to recording all the time that it was quite a little break not doing those dailies. But today I feel inspired to do a little reading for those of you, and I am included in this, okay? That have been feeling a little bit confused. This is the chariot we have here. We have been feeling a little bit basically feeling the energies, right? Trying to make sense of it all. We've been meditating, manifesting, following our intuition, praying, calling into our angels, and there's a lot of us who are still feeling like, what is going on? We still don't know what's going on. So this is for you. So here we have the Knight of Wands and the Death card. I'm just gonna take jumpers, okay? We're gonna do a sort of a pyramid here. So this is for you, for us, trying to get some clarification as to what are we facing? What does this all mean? Okay? We have the Hierophant, and as you can see, this is a continuation of the early March, the first part of March reading that I did. There were so many major arcanas and heavy energies. And here we already have 3 major arcanas on the table out of 4 cards. And that minor arcana, the Knight of Wands here, is a card of, okay, this one wants to come out, the World. Now okay, we're not gonna do that, but that's what they want, that's what we get. So there's a little pile here at the bottom of the deck. We have the Moon. So we are still in that Moon energy, okay? This is what that sense of illusion of there's some kind of like, it's not even whimsical. There's this, oh, I just saw like a whole bunch of birds flying, poof, and it disappeared. That we're feeling, because I know I've been feeling all the energies. It's a sense of we are like in between. And I've heard all this astrologers saying there's been a major shift, and I'm not an astrologer. I don't fully understand it. I understand how the planetary movements affect my charts, affect me personally, but I don't know enough to speak on it, okay, in a general term, on how it affects everybody. I have a basic understanding of it. So even without knowing that, just during the reading, just using the tarot, I could see it. I could see all those major energies that we had on all those readings for the first 2 weeks of March. And here we are again. So right now we have 5 cards on the table. Sorry, I'm trying to do some kind of arrangement here. We're going to do a pyramid. But what we have here, those 2 cards came out together. I'm going to keep them right here as if there are... And this was the Hierophant and the World. No, actually, they didn't come together, but I'm going to keep them right here, okay? And then we had the pile that came out together. Now I want to show them to you guys. We had the Ace of Pentacles. Here you go. We had the Knight of Pentacles. Here you go. We have the Queen of Swords. Here we go. And we have the 9 of Swords. And this was the card that we had facing the Aries reading at the bottom of the deck, and I felt that energy very heavily. So I hope my energy is not still on this card here, on this card, because I did do a personal reading using this deck the other day, but I cleared the decks before I use them anyways and meditate on the general energy. This is a general reading for the collective. So we have the Moon here, a sense of dreaminess. Look at her. Look at the stars. She's like dreaming. And that's what I've been feeling. It's not so much a whimsical sense. It's a sense of, it's almost like, it's not even reflective. It's because the time is passing by. I cannot really say that I'm reflecting as much as I literally just escape. There's a sense of escapism. Is that a word? You know, we're kind of like here, but it's, and I was about to say of 2 worlds, and it is the 2 of Wands underneath this. It's kind of like we we are like escaping into somewhere else. It's almost like the gates are wide open, and then we are here in the material world, but we don't even know when we escape to that other dimensions, those other dimensions, but we're like in and out. Okay, there's a sense of in and out. And even in my dreams, I felt it. I've had dreams and I'm like, wait, was it of this world? Was that a previous lifetime? Was it a different dimensions? Because I do travel sometimes, but a lot of times, especially when it's important messages, I'm aware that after I wake up, even when I don't remember every details of the dream, I'm aware of, okay, this is what that was. But for this past couple of weeks, I've been feeling kind of like more of, I'm not even sure, because everything is, it's happening so slowly, yet it's happening so fast. It's like I can't catch up with all of the things, the moving parts, but I'm not trying to catch up either. Okay, there's a sense of laissez-faire, just let it be, and just gazing into the stars, right? Not so much reflecting, but just dreaminess in the air without really actively dreaming. I'm not finding my right words, and I hope if some of you are feeling that same energy and that you can relate, you can share your own experience, hopefully. So the first card that came out is the Chariot. Okay, so that set the tone here, and I place it. And normally when we do pyramid readings, we will lay the first cards at the base and build up to the pyramid. But this is not really a pyramid anymore. It is something, right? So it's kind of a pyramid, my version of it. But here we're starting from the top to the bottom and working our way back. So here we have at the very top, we have the Chariot. The tall order here is movement. The tall order of the day here is shifting energy. The tall order of the day here is choosing a path and going at it full force. And what underneath the Chariot, we have the Knight of Wands, fastest moving knight we have on the deck. This is fast moving energy, fiery energy, passionate energy, right? And it doesn't have to be a man or woman. And I don't think this is in regards to a person in particular. This is really the energy. And I feel like that's kind of like that in and out. And then this one came out with the Death card, right? This two came right after each other. This was and then this. So it's kind of like the transformation, the transition of cycles, of dimensions that we're going through. It's happening fast. And that's what I felt like. And it's not like we're getting whiplash out of it. It's almost like stepping outside of yourself and not even examining it happening, allowing it to happen, right? Almost like, I guess. Okay, so this is like a sense of shifting energy, right? And movement forward. And this is happening quite fast, fiery energy. And there's a sense of transitioning here with the Death card right there facing that Knight of Wands. There's a sense of going in and out of the cycle, transitioning out of the cycle, this transformation phase that we're going through. It's a lot of fast movement, little things that are happening that we kind of can't quite catch up. We can't really encapsulate the whole thing. We can't really see the whole big picture right now, but we know something is going on. We can feel it. And it's almost like we have surrendered collectively to those heavy hitting energy that is currently happening in the ethers as well as here, right? On the material world, in this 3D world. Okay, so I moved the Hierophant. At first I put it at the bottom here. I was gonna make it this, so I placed it here next to the Knight of Wands, almost as a clarification, but not really. It stands alone. This is like the Hierophant card is a card of higher commitment. This is the card. This is especially in this deck here. Look at it. It's an older gentleman, right? He looks like the High Priest. He's having his specter, I think that's the name of it, in one hand, and that left hand there, and he's making that sign that, you know, we used to see the magician make, the as above, so below. One hand is pointing up, the other one is slightly pointing down. As above, so below. He is the High Priest who have access to the Akashic record of the divine as above, right? And then He's working right now in the material world. Okay, hands below. He's a high priest in this material world, and with high wisdom, high learning, as we can see with that long white beard there indicates. And he's wearing this orange hue colored robe. That's passion. That's passion. Yes, he's a priest. He's not wearing blue though. This is not indicating blue for like the higher wisdom and mysticism. This is like red, a passion, right? And it's right there next to that Knight of Wands, that passionate energy, right? There's a sense of calmness in that Hierophant card, just as we see here in the moon. Like she's not even reflecting that dreaminess on that lady's face in that moon card. And we have that same sense of dreaming though his eyes are closed, of calmness, of meditation, but we cannot escape the outer garment of that passionate energy nonetheless, that fiery energy nonetheless that exists there. Okay, there's a real sense of duality, if you will, in that Hierophant card. And this is us really being called to a higher level of commitment. Perhaps for some of you, it might be in your own learnings. You have to make that next step. It's time to transition. No longer the student. You're about to start a new chariot. That's the self-actualization here. That's what we're aiming at. Okay? And how do we get there? So we're working we're working the opposite way now. So this is you, perhaps that transitioning have to do with you're no longer the student, or you're preparing to graduate. So now you are about to step into the world, into a whole new world of the professional worker seeking employment, right? Or perhaps you're starting something, a new business. You're in a new role, a new leadership role. Or perhaps you're about to embark in a new phase in your relationship. Okay, so because the Hierophant here, yes, there's a sense of higher learning. Yes, there's a sense of higher wisdom and learned aspect of the priesthood or the spirituality, but there's really a sense here too of passion. Okay, it's not just passive staring at the moon, water energy. There's this fire here, and here that look at this, we have this blue at the bottom. So it's that duality. Okay, and right across the Hierophant, number 5, we have the world, number 21. Number 21 in the world is completion. Successful completion of a cycle. Or right, look at her, she holding on to the reef, almost in a dance, half nude, almost the hair is like red fiery hair again, passion, right? And then we have the 4 representative of the material world here in this image, in these images. And then she's just like carefree, just gone with the wind, nothing, no bother. Successful. Everything has been released to the universe. Everything has been released to the angels. Everything has been released. Full faith in the divine that everything is gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. So transition here happened, right? But because remember, working backward, that's after releasing. That's after surrendering. With that world card, I'm not getting a sense. It's like completing a cycle, and I feel like very heavily that cycle was in a sense of needing to release, needing to let go of control. That cycle that you just ended here. Usually we see the world card as a just perfect circle, right? And look here, it's not a perfect circle. It looks almost like a tree. Right? This is the trunk of the tree, and she's literally the core of the tree, and all like her hair, it's kind of like branches, and here we have a beautiful reef all around. But this might as well have been a tree. It's not that perfect circle we used to see with the world card. So yes, the transition happened, but there was a sense of letting go, being able to step out of that confinement, being able to step out of that whatever it is that made you that required you to feel you needed to hold on so tightly. You needed to control. And we have the Knight of Swords. So this is at the base, okay? We have the Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Nine of Swords. So we have 2 Pentacles and 2 Swords card. So thinking, the Nine of Pentacles is a card of anxiety, right? Anxiety, heavy anxiety, sleepless night. Oh, the thoughts are you get carrying away with the thoughts, getting carried away by the thoughts. Thoughts. And here it's almost like nightmare. Look at all these girls, those very scary figures reaching out to her. Cannot sleep, haunted by the thoughts. This is a different version here. The Queen. And then you have the Queen who says, nope. The Queen of Swords doesn't play. She cut things up. She was like, nope, you gotta go. That's not gonna work out for you. Gotta go. And she has the bird there on her shoulder, following her intuition too. Here the sword is down. She's looking down at the swords. It's like, I know you're there. I know you're available for me. She's looking at the swords. She's not distracted so much by all the other things. What she's looking at is the clarity that she has received. That swords of clarity. That swords of, I rule by my sword, the Queen of Swords. She's not afraid to use that sword at all. And she's very decisive. And we have the Ace of Pentacles, that beautiful new beginning. And as always, I call the Ace of Pentacles the minor arcana version of the Sun card. Blessed new beginning. An offering from the divine. And it's almost like it's a rainbow that's supporting the hand that's holding the Ace of Pentacles. And here, actually, there are 2 hands. One from the bottom, one from the top. And it's a star inside that pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. That's a new beginning. And that is a mature new beginning. With that Knight of Pentacles here, it's kind of like new beginning offered, new beginning accepted. Okay? It's like as if it has been accepted. And because the Knights are very action oriented, they're like kind of like fiery energy. So it's as if like someone says, yes, I pick up the challenge, I accept it, and I'm going to make the most of it, and I'm going to work towards it. If there's a message to be delivered, I will deliver that message, but I will remain grounded about it all. And I will take my time. There's no hastiness here. It's I will handle this. Okay, it's very mature energy. I will handle this to the best of my ability. And here comes the Queen of Pentacles. So especially if you're like a earth signs or an air sign, this might be because we have everything here, don't get me wrong. We also have fire, and we have the moon here, we have water. We have everything here, which is good, and I like to see, excuse me, especially in this general collective, which is why I don't like to call out signs when I do general readings like that. However, at the very base here, to walk our way to the Chariot, what we're dealing with is like really 3D stuff. It's like material stuff. It's our thoughts and the things that we have, the things that we want, what we're working towards. That's what we were consumed with, right? And then and with all the thoughts of those, accepting the challenge, and then deciding finally, you know what? I've got all this stuff, and I had all this stuff in my head. I can be the Queen of Swords, and I can make a decision and cut all the stuff I no longer need and walk away from it. And this is the release I felt here with the World card that happens. And once you've been able to release, to end that cycle of overthinking, that cycle of like being almost obsessed with the day-to-day or those worldly things, you're able to really use your wisdom, really attain a certain level of even higher wisdom, okay, to move on, to move forward in your life purpose, to move forward in whatever it is that you're working towards, whatever it is that's your calling in this life, okay. And once you've made that decision to really cut to really cut what no longer serve you, to cut away this anxiety, to cut away any of that stuff, the distractions, you release, and you can really enjoy yourself, and you just can just be. You can just be free. Look at her. She's half nude. Hair is literally like fire. She's the tree. She's the earth. She's everything. She have all the energies, your major energies she can harness. Also, the world is also communication, but I'm not getting communication here with this card. I'm really getting a sense of releasing, of groundedness, of that, like she is herself the world. Okay, she has everything she needs. She is herself the world, and she understands that, yes, she's planted fully, like she's the tree that her roots go really deep. But look, she's reaching, her eyes are up to the heavens, okay? And she has access to the Hierophant. She has received that higher level of understanding, that self-awareness, enlightenment. She's also the High Priestess. You are also the High Priestess. You have come to that understanding, and it's in releasing, okay? It's in releasing all the distraction. It's in the releasing and understanding that you have everything. You are literally the world. You are the universe within yourself. Every cell of your body, you have everything at your disposal. Once you've received that enlightenment, that level of understanding, the transition, the transformation, it happened really fast. And no one can hold you back then. Look at that Chariot card. No time to even put clothes on. We got to go. He's moving. And above them, it's almost like the clouds, the stars are what's guiding him. It's like they're pushing him forward. It's not the wind. It's almost like look at this. The stars are like even behind him, behind his back. It's kind of like they're pushing him. That's what it is. It's like the stars, his wishes, his dreams, the energy of the heavens of what's pushing him forward towards success. Because the Chariot is a card of movement, but a card of success. And I also see the Chariot always as a card of choice. Not the Lovers. Black or white? Which way we're gonna go? Left or right? Which way we're gonna go? That's how I always see the Chariot. Movement, change, because change is gonna happen, because that transition will happen. And this is what really I got almost every reading I did in the for the beginning of March. It was like major shift, transition, right? And I'm still seeing it here. And yes, we're very affected by this is a moon card, but we don't see the moon in this card, right? It's almost like she's the moon. Oh, I lied to you. Indeed, here's the moon. I said mood. And yeah, she is in that mood that we all perhaps are feeling right now, that I know I'm feeling. But it's a new moon right above her, and this is what we just had, folks, the new moon. And that new moon energy was way more potent. It was one of the most potent new moon energy I've felt in a long time. That new moon was really something else. And I have my Mercury in Pisces in Western astrology, so I knew I was gonna feel it, but I wasn't expecting it. To tell you, my level of sensitivity were like to the roof. Like every single thing was so intense, right? I felt everything so intense, but yet in a way, it's like I wasn't reactive to it. It's like I could feel all the intensity they were like passing through me. And also, I must remind you, I am a Reiki practitioner. Like my body, it wasn't just like my hands. My whole body was a buzz, okay? There are times I'll go to bed because I do Reiki on myself, usually early in the morning before I get up, or in the evening. And sometimes I do it during the day too. And when I say my whole body, there were times where it was like just a buzz. It was like buzzing, vibrating, almost like, it's like the energy was so potent. And we can see it here. So walking away towards that pyramid, the top of that pyramid to be that chariot, towards a movement, toward ultimate destination. It's been a cycle. We had to close some stuff. We had to cut some things out. We had to accept certain offers. For some of you, whether it's work, whether it's a love situation, we don't have any cups here, But we don't have the moon here. The moon is deep feelings, deep emotions, okay? Not just intuitions, not just illusions. So what's facing us might be that itself. Because there are not cups here does not mean it couldn't be a romantic, or this message cannot be applied to a romantic situation. But really what I wanted to do this reading about, it's about that mood that's been in the air that I feel so potently. And I'm wondering, are you all feeling it? There's no way you're not. Okay, so, oh, my cards were upside down. Oh, my cards are all over the place. I wonder if my kid was here, because no, that was actually me. Okay, I don't read those cards in reverse. There we go. All right, so let's do that again. This is the Woman's Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. As usual, I pull one or whatever comes out. So I'll pull one couple for you guys as well for this reading. And this is just a message from Spirit, if you will. It's not for the general collective. And really, good folks, I'm new here. If you click on this message and it resonates with you, leave a comment. I'm really interested to hear how you guys are affected by the energies during this time. I am really, really interested. I'm getting ready here to start the readings for the second part of March, and I feel like it's requiring wedding. This situation involves marriage. Okay, and we do have the Hierophant card here, and we do have and we have the Ace of Pentacles. All those cards here. So for some of you, if this is a romantic situation, it involves a marriage or a potential marriage, or your love life actually going to a higher level of commitment. Okay, and for that to happen, for some of you, you need to close some cycles. You need to leave behind some stuff. Okay, some people perhaps. Okay, and the World is also a card of travel. You may also have to move. The Knight of Wands is also a card of travel, and we know the Chariot is a card of movement and travel. So there may be leaving location, leaving places behind, leaving people behind. That's required. Okay, I'm gonna do too much. Okay, there we go. If nothing jumped, I was gonna put one for you. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And at the bottom of the deck was retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Yes, disconnect from the world. And this is what we're saying here. Some stuff needs to be left behind. You need to be the Queen of Swords. And I think a lot of us, we're about to do that. Okay, we are in our mind. We need to be to leave some stuff behind, to cut some stuff out, to reach out to the heavens, like transitioning with the Death card here. We need to leave some stuff out so we can really use that wisdom, that higher level of understanding that we have now, that enlightenment that we have received, to really make use of it, to really depart on that new journey. We must disconnect from the world. And this is two people here. Disconnect from the world. It will be the two of you disconnecting from the world. Some of you may be eloping. Wedding. This situation involves a marriage. Some of you may be in a situation where your family don't approve. These are all the people, those naysayers telling you, nah, 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 nah. And here you are confused and you have an offer with that Ace of Pentacles. What do I do? You got to make a choice. You got to be decisive in what you want to do to get that higher level of commitment. Some of you, you're going to have to end cycle. That's clear here. It's major shift. Major shift don't happen and then everything remains the same. Some of you will have to leave people behind. Some of you will have to leave locations behind, new environment, the whole 9 yards. So there's a lot of movement here. Okay? Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So if it's your parents that are telling you you cannot be with that person, or that are standing in your way of what you think is your next career move, or what you think is your life, who you think is your life partner that you would like to join with, and it might take you away from them, it's asking you here to forgive the past. You may need to forgive the past if there are children involved, because we have kids here. You also need to use basically your feminine energy with the moon here, okay? To use your feminine energy, and even if you're a man that's watching this reading, use your deep emotions and then your level of understanding, your softness, to really bring some kind of understanding and comfort to everyone in that situation. Because those people are reaching out to you, but I feel almost like it's like out of fear. It's almost like they're not scaring you, because they could reach you if they wanted to, but they're just standing there. It's like they're putting their own fear on you. So perhaps they don't understand. Perhaps you yourself have to do the heavy work as the more enlightened person to really help them understand where you're coming from. But there's a real departure here. Someone's going to have to leave some people behind, perhaps parents, family, and you're going to have to forgive them. And they may too have to forgive you in saying, hey, I know this is my path forward. I see the North Star. I'm going to follow my star. I know this is my person. And we're going, if we have to disconnect from the world for a little bit of time, so we can really connect, so we can bond again, because this is what I want. This is my person. Marriage, wedding, this is the highest level of commitment we have here in this 3D world, right? Family first, and the highest you can get is a marriage. Of course, children, but that's for children, what people say usually, you don't have a choice. You don't choose your kids. Well, not in this 3D world, not knowingly. In the ethers, yes. But here in the world, when we choose a mate, that's a choice. That's a solid choice. That's a yes. I do. You're my person. That's a choice, right? So I hope this reading resonated with you guys, and it went way longer than I thought it would. But that energy is so here. It's so here. And I see we on the move here. All of us, we're looking at towards the chariot. We on the move. Go, 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 go. Right? It's go, go, go time. And that new moon energy did something. It really took us deep within ourselves and deep into our intuition to really feel all the feelings and all the emotions. Pisces is deep. Pisces go deep. Pisces is like what I usually say, half here and half there. So we really got to go deep, and that was that level of sensitivity that I was feeling throughout this time period here. And I felt that most of you would have been feeling it too. And even the reading, we could see the major shift. But there are some decisions to be made here, because it was the Two of Wands that was on down here. It's almost like the decision was made. It's a decision that was made with intellect. We have the Queen of Swords here, and it was quite grounded. It wasn't flimsy. There was a lot of thoughts that went into it, a lot of anxiety. Yes, what pushed us forward to making that decision. Look at the synchronization here with those two night stars. The two night skies between the Chariot card and the Moon card. Do you see that? So this is what we're working towards, and this is what pushed us. This is what we were facing. So there is a sense of like, it was our emotion. It was from the heavens, because I felt that with the Chariot card. You see, I say that it's as if the stars, the heavens, right? The planets are pushing that man in the chariot, are pushing the chariot forward, and this is that push we needed to go really deep into our emotions with that new moon. This is what sets forth this world cycle, as in, okay, we got to face our thoughts. We have to face the decision here. We have to move. There's no more stagnation, is no longer an option. Okay? It's time to heal, and it's time to choose the higher level of commitment, whether it's the wedding in a romantic situation, or going to engagement, moving together, changing location, or it's in a work related thing. You're choosing your path, new job, okay, transitioning from a student to a full-time employee, making big move in the world, whatever it is for you, it's been a cycle, and there's a lot of things that needs to be closed out before we really set forth in that journey. Okay, I thank you so much for coming back, for visiting Lanmou Tarot. Please, I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe if these readings resonate with you, as I'm new here and I'm trying to get more people engaged and to see them. Share, comment, like. I really would love to hear how you guys are being affected by the energies. Thank you so much, and remember, love is the only answer. I will be back soon with the bi-weekly reading for March.